Hello and welcome to round 2 of the Spec Esports PS4 Global Series Tier 1 Championship. My name is Expert and I will be your commentator for this evening's race. We are here at the Hockenheim ring, one of 3 different venues that have held the German Grand Prix and the Formula 1 World Championship. The others being the Nürburgring and Avis, which is now unfortunately known as an abandoned racetrack. The Hockenheim ring is made up of 16 turns, 10 to the right and 6 to the left. The fastest time around the circuit is a 1:11.2 set by the Ferrari driver Sebastian Vettel in 2018, who was looking good to win that race, but unfortunately put it in the wall at turn 12. The 2019 German Grand Prix was definitely one of the year's best races, as it was a mix between dry and wet running throughout the race, making it unpredictable to who was going to win. In the end, as a majority of you know, the Red Bull Racing driver Max Verstappen took home the win, with Sebastian Vettel, who started in last place, came home in position 2 in front of the Toro Rosso driver of Danik Fiat in position 3. The first podium appearance for Toro Rosso since 2008 at the Italian GP, where Sebastian Vettel took home the win. So I'll be your commentator for this afternoon's race here in Germany for the Global Series. We're going to have a look at the championship standings. Now this is round 2. Unfortunately the first round was not broadcasted, but hopefully the rest of them will be. We can see at the moment V Todd is currently was a winner at the British Grand Prix. As you can see, this was pretty much the standings from the British Grand Prix. Then we have I think that says Strayus 01 in position 2. I do apologise if I do get these wrong. Then we have Conyoy in 3rd, Suskus in 4th, I'll bring my screen up a bit bigger, there you go. Jay Carabold in position 5 of the Williams team. In the Toro Rosso is Prime Bilzu, Craig Tommy Purpa, I'm assuming that is, in the McLaren in 7th, Cithris in 8th in the Racing Point, Onites in 9th, and then rounding out your top 10 for the Haas F1 team is Galax 315. Then we have George Zord, who ended up finishing position 11, and then rounding out your top 12 for the Red Bull Racing team was Rick Roll. This is a global series as well, so anyone around the world can race this. If you'd like to join the league, head down to the description below and it will give you a link. If you scroll about halfway down to the description, it will give you a link on how to join the Spec Esports series, so go have a look at that. We're going to jump over to the main screen now, as I can hear the drivers are heading out for the qualifying session here. I'm going to bring up the spectator menu for everybody. There we go. So we are here for the qualifying session of the German Grand Prix. It's a 18-minute qualifying session, and then it is a 50% race here for this afternoon's drivers. As you can see, 18 of the drivers coming out now. Currently on board with Cithris coming through the final section. He's going to be wanting to start his lap here. As you can see, the Alfa Romeo driver pulls into the pits. I'm not too sure who that was. He gets a lot of understeer on the exit of the corner. Coming through turn 1 now. Look for the 50 meter board. He cuts that corner a little bit there, I think. Fortunately, we're having a bit of technical difficulties with the stream at the moment. Sorry, I do apologise. Sorry, I'll try and fix this stream up for you. I do not know why it's lagging. I do apologise for this. Okay, hopefully that should fix it now. I think it has. I do apologise for that little issue there with the stream. But anyway, we are on board with Cithris at the moment. In the Racing Point, he is elected to go onto the soft tyre here for his first run. He's as I'm going to point out, as you can see, Rick Roll has unfortunately left the session. He was having technical difficulties joining the session, so hopefully he's able to get back. As you can see, the Racing Point driver is getting a lot of understeer coming through corners. Conyol is unfortunately retired from the session early, so he's not going to be able to set a lap here at the German Grand Prix. That's the Toro Rosso driver getting out of the way of the Racing Point there. There's a lot of understeer in this car here. I'm not too sure what wings he's running. He may potentially have front wing damage. I'm not too sure, but he sets a 112.7 on that soft compound tyre there for the Racing Point team. Goes into provisional pole position. He gets out of the way of the drivers behind him now. Sorry, I'm trying to fix the stream, my bad. We're going to ride on board here now with the Mercedes driver, who I actually think is on an outlap, so we're not going to ride on board with him. We're going to find someone that's currently on a lap. We're going to go to the other Racing Point driver of Marco Bota, who has cars in his way at the moment, so I think he may potentially get balked. He's either going to get a really good run or he's going to get balked. starting to lag a little bit here. We'll hopefully not see too much lag here, but we've got to remember all these drivers are potentially from different regions as well in the world, so the connection could not be the best around here, unfortunately, as you can see on stream at the moment. But on board with Marco now, he's coming through this fast right-hander flat out on a modern day F1 car, break at the 50-meter board here. I think he's kind of getting balked from the harsh driver in front of him. I'm not too sure if he's on a flying lap. He is actually on a flying lap, so he does not have to get out of the way. Now we're going to have a look. You can see the Mercedes driver of Strauss manages to get into position 3 now as Prime Vilzu gets up into the pole position in the Toro Rosso with a 1:12.1. That's a very competitive time there from the Toro Rosso driver, as you can see. Unfortunately now the Racing Point driver is getting really balked there from the Haas. And the Haas drivers actually hit Racing Point driver, so I think these two are going to have to go out again. Unfortunately, they both did not set ideal lap times. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1 and Sector 2. We're going to ride on board here with the Racing Point driver to just have a look at that. Hopefully no one's crashed, but anyway. Majority of drivers are heading out for their laps now. As you can see, we're going to run through the order. We have Prime Vilzu in current pole position with a 1:12.1. Then around 6-ish tenths behind him is the Racing Point driver of Sithrox on a 1:12.7. Then the first of our medium tyre runners is Strauss in the Mercedes. He is currently set a 1:13 flat. Then you have Zephy in the Haas, another 13 flats. That is it's actually 1,000th of a second between Strauss and Zephy. Zephy is elected to go on the hard tyres as well, so we're going to watch him to see how he ends up at the end of the session. Then we're going to have Marco Botta in the other Racing Point rounding out your top 5. He's on the soft tyres with a 1:13.2. He has set a lap. And then you have Hazara Gaming in the Ferrari, I believe. He's in the Ferrari, setting a 1:13.9. Then we have Jordzord in the McLaren, a 1:14.3. Then we have JFD, who is in the other Ferrari, sets a 1:15.953. Then in position 9, Ridwan F1, the last of the drivers that have set a time at the moment in this qualifying session, who set a 1:16.4 on the hard tyres, so he's most likely going to have to go out again. There's yellow flags in Sector 1. We're going to have a look here. V. Todd has been disqualified from the session for blocking in the pit lane, so I'm not too sure what's happened there, but that's unfortunately not going to let V. Todd in the, what car's he in, sorry, the Williams, not be able to set a lap. We have 18 drivers here this afternoon for your German Grand Prix. It is a 50% race. I'm not too sure how many laps that is. I do apologise, sorry, I have unfortunately not unmuted the game. I do apologise for that. Anyway, now, as you can see, on board with Hazara Gaming, who's going to be wanting to move up his positions. He's elected to go on the hard tyres again. So this could be his second lap on these tyres. We're going to ride on board with him coming through the final sector now. He pretty much did the exact same time. He did 1/100th of a second slower than his personal best. So he's going to want to try and improve here. I don't think he's going to be able to move up any more positions. He may be able to improve his time, but unfortunately I don't think he's going to improve, as the Racing Point driver ahead of him is around 6, 7 tenths ahead of him. Now, unfortunately does not improve his, actually he does, he improves it by 1/100th of a second there. I'm going to have a quick look. I don't know if this will show anything. Yes, it will. I do apologise for that. That was not. Prime Vilzu is still currently sitting in pole position with a 1:12.1. Then closely behind him is the Williams driver Jay Kurabold 1, who is set a 1:12.2. Then Sithris rounds out your top 3 for Racing Point, who is on a 1:12.7. So he's a little bit behind in the pace, and I think he ideally would like to be. Then we have the first of the medium tyre runners, Strauss 01, who is set a 1:12.8. As you can see, most drivers are coming out now that have not been retired or disqualified, are coming out to set their laps. The only 2 drivers that have failed to do that so far was Rick Froll and Galax. But as you can see there, Simsagi, I apologize if I said that wrong. He's going to get a nice throw from the driver in front of him. I'm not too sure who it is. Hopefully he gets out of the way and is noticed. Because Jordan, he's got out of the way there for the braking zone. He's run a little bit wider than the Mercedes driver. This isn't his hot lap, by the way. In Sector 2 at the moment, through this flat out right-hander, as you can see. Corner off the hairpin. Breaking the 50-meter board here, potentially a bit later. Turns in really early there. I think he struggled to stop the car massively as he has. I think he may have aborted this lap. I think as well, I'm going to point out that all assists are permitted, I think, in this league as well. He is a 10th down off his personal best time on the medium tyres there, so he's going to have to try and improve his final sector here to get anywhere up more in the standings. He runs a little bit wide there onto the curb. A little bit cautious here through this final sector. But he's going to pull into the pits. I don't think he was going to improve enough. So he decided to come into the pits, chuck on a new set of tyres. I wouldn't be surprised if he chucked on the soft tyres and we'll go from there. But we're going to ride on board. Zephy is coming through the final sector now. Really revved that car coming on the entry there to try and have any chance of stopping the car. Coming down the front straight now, where's Zephy in the half going to be able to get? He's not going to improve his time, unfortunately. 4/100ths of a second off the pace. He gets a little bit of oversteer as he's on a slow down lap now. Sithrus is on another lap. Sithrux is on another lap now. Coming to the final sector, we're going to see where he's able to get up to. A lot of oversteer. Sorry, understeer it looks like in this car. He's having to turn the steering wheel on. Oh, I don't know if that's personal preference or not. But unfortunately, he doesn't improve his time either. He sits 3/100ths of a second slower than his time. Yellow flag in sector 3, so I'm not too sure what that's for. As you can see, a few drivers are coming out for their outlap now. Jeffrey's coming back into the pits. Marco Boda's on a lap at the moment. He's got a Renault in front of him. So hopefully he doesn't walk in. Actually, it's a McLaren. Sorry. We're going to ride on board here with Marco. He's going to be setting a lap here. Out lap. He's going to be starting a lap now. A little bit cautious through turn 1 there. Probably could have run a lot harder as George gets out of the way of the McLaren. Brake at the 100-meter board, which he has done. Get the car turned in nicely as he has his yellow flag in every sector at the moment, so I'm not too sure what's happening there. Might be a slow drive. Open the DRS nice and wide through this long sweep from left hand. He's got a little bit wide here. I don't know why he's not on the curve, but anyway. That's just adding racetrack to his time. Brake the 100-meter board, which he has. Don't lock the inside front. Very easy to, runs a little bit wide, doesn't get turned into the corner. You've got to be very cautious on the accelerator, on the exit there if you're not running track with your drives. You can see Strauss has now set the fastest up in the Mercedes on 111.671 on the soft tyre. The top 6 are all running on soft tyres. Then we have Zephy in the Haas, the first of the drivers to rock run the soft compound. And he's actually on the hard, so he's on the hardest of compounds available to use this afternoon. Don't run too deep into this long left hand. It's got a lot of camber, so you can run a lot of speed, but then also there's a limit to what you're allowed to run, or able to run. Coming through the final corner now, you're going to open DRS on the straight, gets a little bit of oversteer, which he has. Then he's going to move up into position 4 as a Racing Point driver, ahead of his teammate Sithrux. Grid 1 coming out of the pits now, and the half, so we're going to see where he's able to get. He moves out of the way as the Racing Point driver. We're going to find someone else that's on a hot lap at the moment. We're going to ride on board here with PTRL. Ben Alves coming through the final sector. He's elected to use a soft tyre here in the Renault. Final sector now through this long right hand. You want to be as patient as possible on the accelerator, which I think is really feathering the throttle here. Open DRS, where's it going to move him up to? He moves up into position 5 with a 112.4. I'm not too sure if he's doing enough lap here or not. But anyway, that moves the Renault driver up into position 5 here for the German Grand Prix. I think he's actually continuing on to do another lap. I'm not too sure what he's doing. I'm just going to hurt his tires, but anyway. See, I think, yeah, as you can see, Simzagi has moved up into position 2, making it a Mercedes 1-2, or a front row lockout. He's one of 3 drivers that are able to make it into the 111s this afternoon. Yeah, hopefully some more drivers are able to, but Prime Vilzu is still sitting in the pit lane, so he's going to be wanting to maybe do one more run towards the end of the session. The top 3 are the only drivers currently into the 1 minute 11s. But you have Strauss with the 1 minute 11, Boyd 671, currently sitting on pole position. Then his teammate Simzagi in position 2. Then Gay Kurabov in the Williams, making it a Mercedes-powered top 3 lockout here in position 3. Then we have Prime Vilzu, who is looking like he's going to start a lap soon, so hopefully he can move back up the order. Marco Boda currently in position 5 here for the Racing Point. Then we have PTRL Ben Alves, who has moved back down to P6. Then Ridwin in the Haas for P7, P8, Cithrix, and then Zephy, the first of the non-soft tyre runners who was elected to use the hards, is currently sitting in P9 for Haas. George Zord McLaren P10, then the other McLaren of Craig Tommy Powell. I'm just going to call it Craig Tommy Powell. Correct me if I'm wrong. He is on a lap here if I am correct. So hopefully he can move up a few more positions. And we have the Ferrari drivers of Hozara Gaming. Unfortunately out of the top 10 now, so that's not ideal for the Ferrari F1 team. Then we've got the Alfa Romeo driver of Galax in 13th. That's Craig Tommy Powers, unfortunately retired from the session there into McLaren, so he must have crashed or he just not bothered to do another lap. Then you've got JFD, the other Ferrari driver, in 14th. Onarides, or Nates, rather, in position 15. And Ricky Roll, who is unfortunately, I think, disconnected from the session, in position 16 now. All the drivers are in the pits at the moment, but we're going to have a look here. We're going to run on board with Prime Bills, as he's setting a lap now. He's going to be wanting to improve his time, which he has, but unfortunately that's not enough to move him up any positions. It was only 5/100ths of a second there. Coming into the hairpin now, breaking the 100-meter board. He's really deep into here. Manages to get it turned. Craig Tommy Powers unfortunately left the session, so that's unfortunate for him. Hopefully he can join back. Coming to this left hand now. You want to be really patient on the gas here. Do it too early, you'll easily oversteer the tyres. But I think here, as you can see, the Toro Rosso driver is a bit traction control, so I don't think that'll be an issue for him. There's fast right-handed here. You want to get on the power as soon as possible and keep your mid-corner speed up. Do this long left-hand here, a lot of camber, allowing you to carry a lot of speed. There's a few different lines you can take through there. Use all the mid-corner curving there. He's going to run it out nice and wide here, which he has done. I think he ran a little bit wider than I think he would have. George Lewis, the driver of the session, he's not going to be wanting to set any more laps. But unfortunately, Prime has not been able to move up any more positions here. 5-place grip penalty for Innate, which is unfortunate for him. So that's going to ideally put him into last at the moment. He's currently sitting in P15 for the Renault F1 team. Craig Tommy Powers joined back in the session, fortunately for him, so he's going to be able to start this race. Marco Boda is now midway through his lap in sector 2, coming through the hairpin. Onto the straight now. You want to keep the car as straight as possible to optimise straight line speed. Brake after the 50-meter board. Locks the inside front there. I think he's probably one of the only drivers here, I think, that are using no assist potentially. He could be using racing line, but by the looks of his throttle modulation, he does not seem to be using traction control here, and he's obviously not using ABS as he locked up into the corner, locks up slightly in the rear. Zephy's in the way here, so hopefully it does affect him a little bit there. I think that oversteered him. I was very lucky they did not make contact there, or there definitely would have been a steward's appeal there. I wouldn't be surprised if there was. Opening DRS now, coming across the line as the Racing Point driver, does not improve, unfortunately. Actually, he does improve. Sorry, but unfortunately, it's not enough to move him up any more positions. The top 5 are just massively ahead now. G. Kurabold has managed to get into the 1-minute 11s now, so there's 4 drivers in the mid-11s. Zephy is retired from the session. He's not going to be wanting to set any more laps. There's 40 seconds remaining in the session. So I don't think Ben Alves is setting another lap. We're going to have a look at a driver that's about to set a lap, and we're going to ride on board here with Hozara Gaming. Hopefully he can get himself out of the top 10. He's on the medium tires. You can see opening DRS nice and wide. We're going to ride on board with him here. Coming into turn 1, uses all the curve necessary. Opens DRS again for the second DRS zone available at the Hockenheim ring. The next one, the one of 3 DRS zones available here. He's about to open the DRS now, coming on the straight, which he does. Setting up the hairpin. All the drivers seem to be running pretty wide here. I don't know why. That's just going to lose him a lot of time. Breaking the 100-meter board, get him into the hairpin, get the car turned in. He manages to do so. Gets on the power nicely. Short shifts to control the traction on the exit of the corner. Ridwin moves up into position 3 for the Haas F1 team. It is currently Strauss on pole at the moment with a 1-minute 11. Sinzaki has unfortunately not been able to beat his teammate. Just over a tenth slower than his teammate Strauss there. Then we got Ridwin in position 3 for Haas. Kurabold for the Williams 4th, and Prime currently rounding out your top 5 in the Toro Rosso. We're going to ride on board here with Hozara Gaming, who looks to be setting a pretty decent lap here. from visual look anyway. He's going to open DRS. Hopefully this gets him into the top 10. It does. It moves him up into position 9, as you can see. All the drivers have pretty much finished a lap here at the moment, but we're going to see here PTL Ben Alves is going to finish a lap here. Unfortunately, does not improve. That's your qualifying positions there. So we have Strauss on pole position for the Mercedes F1 team. Then you got his teammates from Zaghi in position 2. Ridwin F1 for Haas in 3rd. 4th, Kurabold for Williams. 5 is Prime in the Toro Rosso. Then you got Marco in 6th for Racing Point. Ben Alves in 7th for Renault, who we are currently on board with. Sithrix in the Racing Point is in position 8. 9th is Hazara Gaming for Ferrari. Zephy and George, all the two McLaren drivers in P10 and 11. JFD, who's a Ferrari driver, rounds out your top 11. We're going to have a look at the provisional results here. So rounds out your top 12, rather. You can see. Then you have Craig Tommy Powell in the McLaren, who unfortunately disconnected from the session. And Nate, who's going to take a grid penalty, which is going to put him to last place here for the Grand Prix. Galix in 15th. Rick Roll in 16th for Red Bull. Alfa Romeo driver Conyol 17th, and Vitodd, who was unfortunately disqualified early in the session, puts him at the back here for the German Grand Prix. So every driver in the top 8 is elected to use the soft tyre compound. Then Hazara is the first of the non-soft tyre users using the medium tyre. Then you have Zephy, who is rounding out your top 10 at the moment. Using the hard tyres, he's going to be an interesting one to watch when it comes into the race. But we are now heading to the grid for the German Grand Prix. As you can see on your screens now, drivers head out for their formation lap here at the German Grand Prix. It's currently the two Mercedes on the front row of Strauss and Zaghi. Rounding out your front row here for the German Grand Prix. There is 34 laps ahead of the drivers here this afternoon. Then you have Jay Kurabold in position 3, making it a Mercedes-powered top 3 lockout. Prime, who's moved himself up into position 5. We are missing the third place driver, so I'm not too sure if that's a glitch or not, but on our screens, as you can see, it's Kurabold in position 3. Then you have Prime, who has moved himself up into position 4. Marco Bota in position 5 for the Racing Point. Then in position 6, we have Ben Alves for Renault. The other Racing Point driver of Stithrix in position 8. Zara Gaming, who did a really nice job getting out of the top, the bottom 10 for the qualifying session before. Then we have Zephy rounding out your top 10 on screen at the moment, as you can see. Then we have George Zord. Actually, I think Ridwin unfortunately disconnected from the session because he was up there. He was in position 3 if I was correct. And Craig Tommy has unfortunately left the session, so hopefully he can get invited back before the race starts. But at the bottom, the driver that we're all going to be waiting for is a Renault driver on 8, and we're going to head back to the front. As you can see, the drivers are now beginning to form up on the grid. Craig Tommy has fortunately joined back in the session, so that's going to be good for him for the McLaren F1 team. We're waiting for the lights for the German Grand Prix. As you can see, the sequence is about to begin. Waiting for the lights to turn on. Here we are. We have 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 lights, 5 red lights for the German Grand Prix. Lights out and away they go, as you can see. The two Mercedes drivers get a really good start. They're going to go side by side coming into turn 1, as you can see. As you can see, Strauss has gone right around the outside. He's used a lot of track limits there. So I wouldn't be surprised there if he got a warning or potentially a penalty there. But they're going 3 wide into turn 2. That's not going to work out. Oh, the drivers managed to give each other nice room. That was the Williams, the Williams, Renault and Racing Point driver there. They're all getting really close here, as you can see. We're going to ride on board with Marco coming into the hairpin now, as you can see, up the front. They're nearly going 3 wide, coming into the corner. As you can see, the Renault driver's got really deep coming into the corner. He's hit the Toro Rosso driver there, pushed him out wide, but that's actually moved him up position. That could potentially be a bump and run there, so he might get a penalty. I think he's trying to redress it here. Maybe not, he may have just been backing off because he didn't want to make a move on the Renault driver in front of him. Sorry, of the Williams driver in front of him, but he's got a really poor run coming out of that right-hander there. And that moves Marco back up into position 4 there for the Racing Point. Then run a little bit wide there. He's going to start to feel the pressure from Prime. You see they're coming into an end of the first of 34 laps here for the German Grand Prix. We're going to jump on board with our race leader at the moment. As you can see, it's Strauss 01 who leads. As you can see, the Renault driver at the back is just massively run wide there. I think he made a bit of contact, which he is moving down a lot, so I think he may have potential damage. But it's the two Mercedes that lead the way. Then you have the Williams, who's going to start putting the pressure on Subzagi. Then Marco is just slightly behind there. Then we have Prime in position 5, Zephy for Haas in 6, then PTRL. Then Alves, who is definitely struggling at the start of this race, down into position 7. George Zord for the McLaren, who is going to get a bit of pressure from the Ferrari and the Racing Point driver here. They're going to go side by side coming into the hairpin. As you can see there, the Racing Point driver elected to back out there, didn't want to make any fights coming into the hairpin. That puts him back down to P10 behind the Ferrari driver of JFD 44. There we have Galax for the Alfa Romeo team in position 11. Then Rick Roll, he's actually made a really nice dive there as Galax. I actually don't think that was intentional. I think that was just completely missed the braking point there. But fortunately, the Racing Point driver saw that and managed to avoid the Alfa Romeo there. Rick Roll has moved himself up into position 11, starting to put the pressure on P10 Citrix to gain 1 point in this Grand Prix, but we are now starting lap 2. As you can see, Strauss has now managed to set the fastest lap here. As you can see, Kurt Bolt has now managed to get ahead of some Zadie, so he's going to be chasing down the Mercedes driver. DRS is now enabled as well. The Renault driver of Ben Alves has gained himself a 3-second time penalty as Zagers ran really wide on the exit there. He's going to start to feel the pressure from the Racing Point driver of Marco Boda. Coming onto the straight now, coming into the hairpin. He doesn't seem to be close enough, is Marco. Yeah, he's a little bit too far away, and also some Zagers run really wide on exit there, so that's all the invitations that Marco needs there to try and get down the inside, but unfortunately he was unable to. Brian Bilzo by himself at the moment, sitting in P5 for the Toro Rosso team. And you've got George Zord, the McLaren driver, who's moved up 4 spots, same as the Haas driver in front of him of Zephy. Is going to be trying to move up a few positions here. The McLaren team currently sitting in P7 and P14 with Craig Tommy all the way back down there. Unfortunately, he has lost the spot to V Todd there, putting him back down 1 from his qualifying position. Then Elves starting to put the pressure on the McLaren driver. Then you've got JFD also putting the pressure on. They're starting to form a little bit of chain there, but then Citrix is going to start feeling the pressure from the two drivers behind him of Rick Roll and Galax. The Red Bull driver runs really wide there. That's not going to be good for his penalty system there, so he probably got a warning there. Runs really deep into turn 2 there. Trying to do the type of under and over line there as the Red Bull driver of Rick Roll. He's going to get the slipstream here from Galax in front of him. He's going to try and make a dive bomb coming into the hairpin here, as you can see. The Alfa Romeo driver kind of cuts off the racing line. He's going to dive down the inside. It's Rick Roll, but unfortunately the two drivers in front, he's trying to make a move himself as the Alfa Romeo driver, which he's managed to do, but it's in the process has pushed Citrix, the Racing Point driver, back down into position 12, which has moved Rick Roll up the inside. of Alfa Romeo driver. He's going to try to do the crisscross. They made contact there. So unfortunately, I think the Alfa Romeo driver is going to have a bit of front wing damage, if I'm correct. And he's made contact, and I think he's spun around. Yeah, so he must have made a little bit of contact there with the Racing Point driver. That moves B. Todd in the Williams up into position 12. As you see, Kurbold's actually elected to pit now, so he may have front wing damage. He does. So unfortunately, he's made more contact with the Racing Point driver in the pit lane, so I'm not too sure what's happened there. They may have made contact. Yeah, Kurbold's gained himself a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so that's completely his fault there. But I think he has front wing damage here. So is the Racing Point driver, so he's going to come into the pits here. No, he doesn't have front wing damage. He's just coming in for a pit stop, so he must have really warm tyres here. That's the Williams driver. Same as Marco Boda, they both elected to go into the soft tyres. I'm going to bring up... See, they're starting to be a little bit of a battle here between the Racing Point driver and the Alfa Romeo driver. I'm going to bring up his stops here so we can see who's made a pit stop and who hasn't. See the Racing Point drivers in the slipstream of Cognol at the moment. He's going to try and get down the inside, but Cognol defends. He's going to maybe go around the outside of the Racing Point driver. He's tried to, but unfortunately does not have the grip on these cold tyres. Gets a bit of oversteer on the exit. Yeah, but he's going to have a little bit of pressure from behind as well, the Hazara Gaming. And the Ferrari. That was a really early pit stop there for the Williams driver. Okay, Kurbold, so I'm not too sure how that's going to work. He could be going for the two-stop strategy. That's moved Rick Roll in that process all the way up into position 6, so that's good for the Red Bull team. You see, Zagi is now in the pit, so hopefully he can get a quick pit stop there from the Mercedes team, which he manages to do. So where's this going to bring him out? As you can see, also Citrix is in the pit as well for Racing Point. Zara Gaming is retired from the session, so I'm not too sure what's happened with him. We're going to ride on board with on 8 to see if we can see him at all. Okay, Kurbold has gained himself another 3-second time penalty, so he's got about 8 seconds. Hovering over his head at the moment, so I'm not too sure what's happened with Zara. I can't see him at the moment on the edges of the track, so I'm not too sure what happened with the Ferrari driver there. But I think you may see Strauss in here. As you can see, a lot of the drivers electing to do a really early pit stop here. Probably earlier than I definitely would have thought. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. We could potentially see a safety car here. Strauss, I think, is definitely struggling with those soft tyres. Definitely didn't seem to be the right tyre to be on, unfortunately. You see, Zeffy is currently 6.3 seconds behind the Mercedes driver, so we're going to have to see next lap to see if he's managing to catch up to him on the hard contact tyres. He's going to be out here for a little while. Try and find some battles at the moment that are happening. We're going to have a look here at the Alfa Romeo and the Mercedes driver. They're going to go side by side. Coming into turn 1. Mercedes driver goes up the inside. He tries to get up the inside. And unfortunately, he has spun around on last screen. Unfortunately, it didn't look like they made contact. He's actually hit someone in the process there. So that could be kind of a dangerous re-entry, as you can see. That's a Alfa Romeo driver Cognoli has made contact with. So that could be the dangerous re-entry there. As you can see, the two drivers of Sumzagi, and if I am correct, that was Galex, going side by side into turn 1. They made contact, obviously, on their screen, and that spun the Mercedes driver around. But I think he could be in trouble here for an unsafe release here. Sorry, an unsafe return to the track. That's put him all the way back down to P12. He has made a pit stop as well. See Prime Bilzu starting to catch up to the driver in front of him, who is actually Marco Boda, who I think is starting to lag a little bit here, unfortunately. So this is not going to be ideal for Prime, because he's going to not really be wanting to get close to that driver in front of him, because if he does lag back into him, he'll lose a bit of front wing here. Hopefully no damage is given as Gaelic and cuts to turn 1 there. That could potentially be a warning there. I'm surprised. I haven't seen many penalties in the moment, but the Mercedes driver of Strauss came into the pits now, which has left Zeffy in the lead. Then he's going to start actually feeling the pressure from George Zord and Rick Roller. It's gone really wide there, and that's let JFD get up his inside. For position 3 in this German Grand Prix here for the Spec Esports Global Series. He's still going to keep the pressure on as the Red Bull driver of Rick Roll. Coming through the third sector now, the split's going to come on now. You can see, which now officially puts him into the third sector. Unfortunately, the Ferrari driver just looks a little bit too quick here for the Red Bull Racing man of Rick Roll. The Giorgio is going to be wanting to try and catch up to the Haas driver in front of him, who's on hard tyres, so he's going to be out for a really long time. JFD's also on the hard tyres, may I point out as well. He's going to put up the inside there as Rick Roll. Rick Roll gains a 3-second time penalty. He just completely cut that inside corner there. He had no pressure. Yeah, so he didn't really need to at all, but that's just going to let the Ferrari driver get DRS, which I'm assuming, yes he does. He's going to have DRS coming into the hairpin of turn 4. I think he's a little bit too far behind here. He's trying to make a really late dive bomb, but I think he's way too far back. As you can see, it's safer not to. Strauss is a little bit behind. He's going to be wanting to try and catch the Ferrari driver there. He's on the soft tyre, so I don't think the medium tyres rather. I don't think these tyres are going to make it to the end. If the soft tyres didn't make 6 laps, and I do not think the medium tyres are going to make it all the way to the end, unfortunately. But anyway, I'll have to see how that plays out. V Todd, finally on the hard tyres, if I am correct, he has made a pit stop. I can check for you here. Negative, he has actually not made a pit stop, sorry. Strauss is the first of our pit stop, or people that have actually made a pit stop here. Well, I think all the soft tyre runners have made a pit stop now. So every driver is now on the medium or the hard tyre. Strauss sets the fastest lap on the Grand Prix in a Mercedes. He's going to be chasing down the Ferrari driver, which is now actually within the DRS range, so we're going to ride on board with him here. Actually, no, that was a bit of a failure in the timing there, unfortunately. The JFD is now unfortunately out of the DRS range with the Red Bull driver in front. Sinzagi, the other Mercedes driver, manages to take down his teammate's fastest lap there. We're on lap 10 of 34 here for the German Grand Prix. We have 24 laps remaining here. Zeffi currently leads the Grand Prix on the hard tyres, who is yet to make a pit stop. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out. We're going to set this to have a look to see where the times are. So he's about 11 seconds in front of the Mercedes driver of Strauss at the moment. It was the first of the pit stoppers. You see Craig Tommy at the moment starting to put a little bit of pressure on the Red Bull driver. Zeffi now unfortunately is gaining himself a 3-second time penalty, so that's not going to be good. Considering he's going to be wanting to come out at the front to be the first of the hard tyre runners, so he's going to be wanting to set a fair few quick laps here. But as you can see, Craig Tommy starting to try to put a bit of pressure on the Renault driver. Actually, I don't think he's connected at the moment. He unfortunately is disconnected, so the Renault driver is going to pull away from him now. Prime in the Toro Rosso has now gained himself a 3-second time penalty. Citrix is by himself at the moment, trying to keep with the Mercedes driver who cuts turn 1 there, which is unsurprisingly given him a 3-second time penalty. The majority of drivers, I think, at the moment have been given a time penalty, but Citrix now, I think, maybe within DRS here of the Mercedes driver. No, unfortunately, he isn't. He's 1.2 seconds behind that Mercedes driver of Zaghi. Trying to find a battle here, as you can see. Ben Al's is really close there to the back of that Racing Point car of Marco rather. But these three are having a little battle at the moment, coming through the final sector between Marco, Ben, and Furibold in the Williams Racing Point and Renault. So Marco is going to be wanting to make a move potentially on Fura. He seems to be holding him up at the moment. He's going to have DRS coming on this front straight here, and he's going to have DRS coming on the second straight as well. He runs really wide there to Furibold, and so does Marco, but Furibold unfortunately gave himself a penalty, but so did Marco as well. Both of them ran really wide there on the exit of turn 1, but they're going to have DRS here. Is Marco and potentially Ben. He will have DRS. Using Kurabov running as wide as possible to try and break that slipstream, but unfortunately Marco is smart enough to move it over to try and make the move. They go wheel to wheel coming into this hairpin, and unfortunately Marco is locked up massively on the entry there. I think Kurabov was moving under braking a little bit there, which unfortunately scared or made the racing point driver of Marco lock up the inside front, or both the front tyres actually. He locks up a little bit there. Going into turn 6. Let's move Ben. He runs a little bit wide again into position 9 and puts Marco down into the final point pay position, position 10. George is slowly catching at the moment to the lead driver of Zephyr. We'll have to see next lap. It's currently 3.7 seconds. We'll have to see if he has gained or lost any time here. We're going to focus on this battle at the moment. We're going to have a look behind Galax. Is trying to catch up at the moment. Then he's got his teammate Tony Conyo at the moment a little bit behind him. Xavier doesn't seem to have the pace at the moment in the Mercedes that he had in qualifying. The majority of these drivers are by himself at the moment. The two drivers in front, Ben and Kurabov, are going to go side by side coming to the hairpin. They make slight wheel-to-wheel contact there between the Williams and the Renault driver. They're going to go, fortunately Kurabov gets the better traction off the corner, but he runs really wide there. He's banging a dive down the inside. He thought about it. He gets really deep and they made contact there. And they nearly spun him around, did the Renault driver. He made contact, but then he made another tap there. It looked like he tried to spin him around a little bit there. But anyway, he's lost the position in the process, has been definitely a lot of time. You see, we're going to look back at George now, and he's actually lost a little bit of time from P1 of Zephy at the moment. So Zephy's slightly pulling away at the moment. It's about just under a second. He's managed to pull on the McLaren driver, but Marco's going to be right on the back here of Kurabov coming into turn 1. He's going to have a bit of dirty air, but Kurabov runs a little bit wide. He's going to defend straight away to the inside, so he's not feeling very confident at the moment. He squeezes him right to the edge of the track. It does the Williams driver, but he's going to do the under and over. Here's the Racing Point driver. He's going to have the better run. He's also going to have DRS here. Has no ARS to play with, unfortunately, but Racing Point's going to have the inside line, and Kurabov trying to defend as much as he can. He's going to dive down the inside here. He does! He makes contact with the Racing Point driver. He unfortunately loses his wing. I think he's going to definitely have to redress that there. He's got front left end plate damage there. As you can see, the Williams driver does that. They're going to go 3 wide coming into turn 5 there. They're going to go 3 wide again coming into the next turn 7 there. They've managed to get around somehow without anyone spinning. These drivers are going all hell for leather at the moment. Unfortunately, Kurabov does have front wing damage as he did. Rear end will whack the rear end of the Racing Point driver, and the Racing Point driver makes a evasive maneuver there to get down the inside of the Williams driver. I think you're going to see Kurabov in the pit lane this time. No, he actually elects to stay out here. So I'm not too sure how long he's going to be able to do that for. As you can see, Zephy currently still in the lead coming into the hairpin now. He's actually, George's going to get a bit of pressure here from Rickroll. Coming to the hairpin, Rickroll moves himself up into position 2. Marco gets himself a 3-second time penalty, and they have made contact on the exit there. Had George, so he could potentially have a little bit of front wing damage here, unfortunately, for the McLaren driver. That moves the Red Bull Racing driver up into position 2 there. Then you have JFD who is starting to catch up, but he's also got a really fast charging Strauss in the Mercedes right behind him, who was the first of the pit stoppers. He's in the net lead of the Grand Prix. Prime is a little bit behind, unfortunately, 6.3 seconds behind the Mercedes driver. And they have B Todd, and there's yellow flag in sector 2. G. Kurabov has retired from the session there. We're going to go all the way back here. As you can see, he's actually put it in the wall there on the left side. I'm not too sure if he's lost his tyre or not. We're going to ride on board with the mates here. We'll see if we can get a view of the Williams car. It looks like he has lost his front left tyre there. So that's unfortunate there for the Williams driver. This could potentially bring out a safety car here. There's still yellow flags at the moment through Sector 2. They may bring out a safety car. Jeffy's still sitting in the lead at the moment. Rick Roll has not been able to pull away from JFD in a Ferrari. So I've also got to point out as well, George Zildjian McLaren has made a pit stop on the previous lap of lap 15 as well. So he's gone back down to position 7. He is currently third of the pit stoppers at the moment. But currently it's still Strawson in that lead of the Grand Prix. Zeffy's running really long into this race at the moment. I'm assuming he'll be going to the medium tyre. I'm correct, but he's still running out. Rick Roll is at 4.2 seconds. At the moment, he's coming up to a few lap cars. Exactly, I'm assuming that is Craig Tommy's AI car, which it is. So, hopefully he manages to get DRS here potentially. Off the McLaren driver, who's unfortunately disconnected. No, he doesn't. So, McLaren driver is just going to ghost at the moment, as you can see. So, that shouldn't affect Zeffy coming into the hairpin. Drive straight through him, as you can see. Won't affect him as he is ghosted and disconnected from the session. JFD has unfortunately fallen off a little bit to the Red Bull driver, which has unfortunately put him out of DRS with 1.2 seconds there. 2/10 he needs to gain to try and get back within that DRS range of the Red Bull driver. And then you've got Strauss down in position 4. 1.8 seconds at the moment. You've got Prime Bilzu still sitting in position 5 at the moment. With his made a pit stop. He's second of pit stoppers. Beat Todd at the moment. He's currently running by himself in position 6, and you have George Zildjian McLaren in position 7. PTRL Ben Alves sits in P8 for the Renault team. Marco Boda in P9, as you can see. Rick Roll's is making a pit stop here, so we're going to have to see where he comes out. He's on the soft tyres. He's managed to run really long into the race. He's putting on the hards. So he's going to be going to the end of his Grand Prix at the moment. As you can see, that's going to potentially bring him out around 9, 8-ish. Whereas the drivers coming out, as you can see, George Zord and Ben are going to be really neck to neck coming into turn 2 here. George Zord's going to try and go around the outside. Unfortunately, he doesn't. Rick Roll leaves in the room in case he decided to. The McLaren driver's going to have DRS coming into the hairpin. Rick Roll's got really cold tyres as well. That's not going to be ideal. George Zord's not in the DRS. Sorry, in the slipstream there. Is he going to dive? Coming into the hairpin. Will he think about it? No, he doesn't. He runs a little bit deeper than the Red Bull driver, but the Red Bull driver decides to defend there. Smart play there from Rick Roll. Looks to defend that inside line coming into the hairpin, which basically eliminated George Zord's thoughts of going down the inside of him there. Now Rick Roll's going to pull away here as he's on fresh, hard tyres in that Red Bull. Zeffy is still out on track at the moment. JFD has fallen off a little bit from him. Strauss is starting to catch up to the Ferrari driver, but not at the rate of speed that I think he ideally wanted to. Strauss has now gained himself another 3-second time penalty, so I think, if I am correct, that is 6 seconds worth of penalties at the moment for the Mercedes driver. Climb is a little bit behind the top 3 at the moment. Zeffy is coming to the hairpin now. We are on lap 19 of 34. We currently have 15 laps remaining here. Zagi is gaining himself 3-second time penalties for both the Mercedes drivers. Seem to be struggling with track limits at the moment, unfortunately. Starting to close up now, Strauss. It's just over the DRS range that he needs at the moment. It's 1.0 seconds. You can see to the Ferrari driver in front, so if he's able to gain that little bit of time on the Ferrari driver, he'll be able to get DRS, and that will only edge him closer and closer. Coming to the first sector, as it is all pretty much DRS infected. Pretty much all DRS zones, but she's actually managed to do it. It's now within 7/10 of a second to the Ferrari driver. So we're going to ride on board with him. Coming through the first sector, he's going to have DRS, so this is only going to edge him closer and closer to the Ferrari driver in front. We have DRS again here on the second straight. He opens it a little bit late there, but he's also going to have DRS coming onto the back straight into the hairpin. Do apologise for the screen glitches as well. DRS is wide open now for the Mercedes driver. He's running in overtake mode at the moment. The Ferrari driver doesn't seem to be fighting with much power at the moment, but Strauss actually opts to sit back in position 2, as you can see now. The Haas driver is now coming to the pits of Zeffy. Put him out right behind, so right in front of Zeffy, and now Todd and Zeffy are going to go at it, coming to the heaven. Zeffy runs a bit too deep. Yeah, as you can see, he's going to manage to keep the position, but Strauss is now still sitting right behind the Ferrari driver there. 4 tenths of a second here, so next lap could potentially be his striking lap. We have officially 14 laps remaining in this Grand Prix. JFD comes into the pits now. You have a look to see what tyres he was on. He was on the hard tyres, so he's going to be going onto the soft. Although that's right, he was on the hard tyres, so he's going to be coming onto the soft, so he's going to be quick at the end of this race here. I think he's coming a little bit too late here. But anyway. It's going to put him right down the order now. See P4, P5. Probably going to drop behind Prime. Actually, no, Prime's in the pits as well. He's actually unfortunately been held by the Williams driver of Todd there, who's going to be putting on the hard tyres, if I'm correct. Well, he may have just fitted a set of mediums. But anyway, Prime's opted to go to the medium tyre. Again, position 6, that's not too down to. JFD is now back to 5. Strauss not got to make another pit stop here, but he's going to have really warm tyres. He may try and go for the 2 stop here, but he's going to have really warm tyres towards the end of the race. He pitted on lap 6 of this Grand Prix. Those tyres are going to be absolutely shot, so I would not be surprised at all if you see the Mercedes driver come in. But Zeffy is good to the end of the moment. He started on the hard tyres and managed to put on that go really late into the race. He only pitted like 2 or 3 laps ago, so he's going to have really fresh tyres towards the end, but Strauss is going to be really under pressure here coming towards the end of the race with Zeffy, because Zeffy's going to have really fresh tyres, but as you can see, he's actually reacted really nicely, setting a fastest lap of the race of 1:14.6 there, using all the track limits available. Wouldn't be surprised if he got a warning there on the exit of turn 1. The McLaren driver George Zord, who has actually moved up a fair few positions. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. I think that's Zagi. No, maybe not. I think it's just a local yellow, unfortunately. Citrus is starting to get onto the back of his teammate, of Marco. So we may see a little bit of a battle between these 2 Racing Point drivers towards the end of the race. Then right in front of them is the Mercedes driver, who unfortunately wasn't able to show his true pace this afternoon in this afternoon's race. He was really quick in qualifying and managed to get in the front row. And now was fighting to keep just a single point here in this Grand Prix. We're going to have a look to see who has the fastest lap here. You can see it is currently Zeffy in the Haas driver. The Haas driver of Zeffy on the medium tyres. He's currently 6.7 seconds. He's actually gained 2 seconds of a lap. Of a second there. 2 seconds there on the race leader of Strauss, so he's going to be really catching up and potentially be able to fight for this race lead here. Strauss is on super old tyres there. He's done 15 laps on these medium tyres, so I'm really surprised that he's not made another pit stop. The longer he leaves it, the further down he's just going to drop down. He's going to drop back. He may not have another set of tyres, as you can see Citrus there. Citrix. Got a lot of oversteer there. Heading on to lap 23 here of the Race Spec Esports PS4 Global Series, Tier 1 Global Series. Basically means that anyone over the world is able to compete in this league. We have 17 drivers battle it out for this afternoon German Grand Prix, but it currently looks like it is going to come down to the wire between Zeffy and Strauss coming towards the end of this race. We're going to move up to the drivers here. As you can see, JFD, George Zord and Britton are all starting to get into a little bit of a battle back here. George Zord obviously on the harder compound than JFD at the moment. And JFD's tyres are actually a bit fresher than George Zord's as he runs really wide there. Does the McLaren driver, so he's going to have a bad run coming into turn 2, so maybe he may think about making a move that I think he's going to try and save it coming into the hairpin after the max straight here. You can get this corner nicely done as Bilzu, Prime Bilzu, in the Taurus again, he's off another 2-second time penalty. If I'm correct now, that is 9 seconds. But now in the DRS with the Ferrari driver, he's going to go down the inside. George doesn't seem to put up too much of a fight there. Zagi has finally responded now. In the Mercedes, he has set the fastest lap of 1:14.5 there. But it's still not over between the Ferrari driver and the McLaren driver coming into turn 7 here. Right on the back of that Ferrari is the McLaren, but I think the Ferrari is just going to drive away as he has on pressure and softer compound tyres. Rick Roll's managed to pull a little bit of a gap here. Unfortunately, JFD has still got DRS on the Red Bull driver. Zeppi has now pulled it down to 5 seconds of a second to Straw, so he's just exited turn 1 there. So that's the gap there, as you can see. 5.6 seconds is what Zeppi needs to catch up here to the Mercedes driver, as you can see. Rick Roll at the bottom of your screen has gained a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits too many times. I would think here that Zeppi would be catching a lot quicker here, but there's actually a yellow flag turn 1. That is JFD, who has unfortunately run wide at the exit of turn 3 there. That's pushed him down to P5. I think there may have been a little bit of contact with the McLaren driver as well, so we'll have to see after the race what's happened there, but he runs really wide on the exit of the hairpin there. Does the McLaren driver with George Zord. That moves Prime up into position 5 there. Now he's going to start to feel the pressure from the Ferrari driver of JFD. Big tight in the Williams. Slightly behind at the moment, unfortunately not within the DRS range of the Ferrari driver, so that's not going to be helping him. PCR or Benals currently by himself in position 8. Then you have Konyal by himself from Seiki in P10. As you can see now, Zeppi has responded again. 1:14.4 sets the fast lap, and it's now down to 3.4 seconds between the Mercedes and the Haas drivers. It's going to go neck to neck towards the end of the race here for the Race Spec Esports F1 Global Series Championship here. So Zagi has started to finally pick up the pace here, but unfortunately it's way too late. He was not able to move up enough positions here to keep his front row lockout. So that's very unfortunate there for the Mercedes driver there. See, that was a Ferrari driver of JFD, so he must have made contact there with the McLaren driver of George Zord to have to come in to make a pit stop on the soft tyre. Here goes. He's going to be trying to get into that top 10 and potentially set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix here. He's going to have the fastest and freshest tyres as the Racing Point driver of Sephiroth. Earns himself a 3-second time penalty down in P11, chasing his teammate Marco Boga. He looked pretty quick at the start of this Grand Prix, but unfortunately it's fallen off a little bit here. George does not seem to be catching the Racing Point driver, sorry, the Red Bull driver. But as you can see now, Strauss is in the pits. So this is a really untimely pit stop here for the Mercedes driver. He's gone with the soft tyres. I definitely do not think that the two-stop strategy there was definitely the one that works. But that moves Zeppi into the leaders Grand Prix. He does not need to make another pit stop here. He's on 7-lap old medium, so he's going to be perfectly fine to go to this end of the race here. He's got just under a 10-second lead between him and the Red Bull driver of Rick Roll. We're going to have a look here at the position change. You can see Rick Roll has definitely moved up the most positions here, up 13 spots, and you have V Todd moved up 11. As you can see, some Zagi pushing the limits a bit too much, trying to get that fastest lap there in position 9. Galex has gained himself a 3-second time penalty as well. Racing Point driver gets a little bit of oversteer in the background there of Prime.
So not the Racing Point driver. Sorry, the Toro Rosso driver. Rick Roll has actually lost a little bit of time to the race leader here. There's 6 laps remaining in this Grand Prix for Zeffy. He doesn't even have to really push that hard at the moment. He's currently got the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, if I'm correct. Yes, he does. So he's going to be taking home maximum points at the moment, as you can see. So he doesn't have to push too hard at the moment. He's got a lap car in front of him. If I'm correct, that is an 8, which it is actually an 8. So he's going to have to get out of the way here of the leader of Zeffy in the Haas. JFD on the soft tyres now set the fastest lap of 1:14.3. But if I was Zeffy at the moment, I wouldn't try and push the car too hard, as he is pulling away now from the Red Bull driver of Rick Roll. And he is going to win the race potentially here. I don't want to put the commentator's curse on him here, but he doesn't have to push too hard. He's got a 10-second lead at the moment from position 2, but it is looking really good here for the Haas F1 team. Currently sitting in the prime spot to win this German Grand Prix. As you can see, you can't even see the Red Bull driver on that front straight as he goes through turn 1 there. See, Strauss is now right on the back of the McLaren driver. George Zoid, he's run really wide on the exit of turn 1. Has the McLaren driver. He's going to go down the inside of Strauss. I wouldn't think George's going to put too much on the fight up here, because he will get DRS coming on the straight. He's going to try and fight it. This is for final podium position here. As you can see, Strauss is obviously running a really high engine mix. As the lag starting to play a bit of a factor. Is he going to dive down the inside of the McLaren driver? No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it. I think the smart thing here for George would to be is just sit within his DRS and try and catch up to Rick Roll to get into position 2 here. Yeah, that's a move for the final podium spot of the Grand Prix. 5 laps remaining here. Prime's kind of sitting by himself. So is V Todd at the moment. Ben Elves is currently sitting in position 7. Conyol for Alfa Romeo sits in position 8. 2 seconds behind him is Zagi. JFT, who currently has the fast lap of the Grand Prix on the soft tyres. Then we have Marco in the Racing Point, who's trying to put a bit of pressure on the Ferrari driver, but I think the Ferrari driver's got pressure and faster tyres at the moment, so that's not going to be ideal for him. So JFT's going to try and make a few more positions here. He's going to be gaining the points paying positions. Currently he'll be gaining 2 points at the moment. 1 for finishing position 10 and 1 for the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He'll be taking home the same amount of points as you would for position 9. He's currently chasing Mercedes driver Suzuki, is catching up pretty quickly here. You have DRS? No, unfortunately he doesn't. He's within a second, but when he went over the detection line, he unfortunately was not within a second. Suzuki trying to break that slipstream there. But really deep does the Ferrari driver. He's going to start really putting on the pressure now. Onto the Mercedes driver, he gets a lot of oversteer on acceleration towards the gas, a bit too much. Yeah, so now that's going to bring Marco right onto the back of him. Yeah, he's going to dive down the inside at the Racing Point. No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it. He's going to stick behind the Ferrari driver and catch up to that Mercedes and start putting a bit of pressure onto him. Definitely the smarter thing to do here. Citrix, his teammate, is unfortunately falling back a little bit. Gallus is 2 seconds behind the Racing Point car. In position 13, then you have Monet, who I believe is about to get lapped. No, unfortunately he is not within blue flash range at the moment. But Strauss has actually now managed to get ahead of Rick Roll, but Rick Roll's going to try and fight it. Coming back into turn 6, they're going to go side by side coming through turn 7. Will Rick Roll back out of it? He's going to try and hang it around the outside. They're going to go neck to neck coming through turn 9 now. They're still side by side, but he backs out of it, does the Red Bull driver, and that moves the Mercedes driver of Strauss up into position 2 here. for the German Grand Prix here. Rick Roll has put himself back down to P3. George Zord is unfortunately a little bit too far back to try and join that little battle there between the Mercedes and the Red Bull driver. But I don't think Strauss is going to have enough time to catch Zeppi here, as there's only 2 laps remaining in this Grand Prix. He's definitely way too far back here. Unless Zeppi makes a mistake, there is no way that he's going to be able to catch the driver, the harsh driver here. He's coming up to a lap car now, is Mercedes of Strauss. Rick Roll has got DRS at the moment, but unfortunately way too far back at the moment to think about even making a move. Coming to the hairpin. Overcooks it a little bit there. Under braking. Manages to pull it up though, fortunately. Fine. Starting to put the pressure on George Zord for the McLaren F1 team. Be a really good showing for George Zord. That would also be a really good showing for the Toro Rosso team as well. In position 5. The battle pack is definitely going to start to build up coming towards the end of this race. There is 2 laps remaining in this Grand Prix now, as Zeppi sets out on the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix. JFD gained himself a 3-second time penalty. He is right on the back of Zaghi. We're going to go back to him at the moment. As you can see, there's actually a 3-way battle pack between Marco, JFD and Zaghi. Unfortunately, our rules seem to be lagging a little bit here. Oh, you can't be serious. You can't be serious. I apologise for the disconnection there. We're going to try and rejoin the session and try and get back for the final part here. Unfortunately, we haven't. I'm going to try and join back. Oh no, that's unfortunate. It's actually really unfortunate. Oh, I highly apologise for that. We have unfortunately lagged out of the session here with 2 laps remaining. But if I am correct, Zeppi will take the Grand Prix win here. We're going to swap to that scene. Sorry. I highly apologise for that too. But if I'm correct, Zeppi is going to take the Grand Prix win there for Haas F1 team. I highly apologise for that. Unfortunately, we have lagged out of the session here for the German Grand Prix here for the Global Series. If you are new around here, please do subscribe. We do highly apologise for the incident here we've had this afternoon. I don't know why I have lagged out. I don't have bad connection at the moment, but it is a Global Series race as well, so there is a lot of different countries that are racing in that as well, so that definitely would not have helped in any way whatsoever. I'm going to try and find a live stream so I can put it up on screen for you. Yeah, unfortunately I can't find anything, but I think it will be the harsh driver of Zeppi who will take the Grand Prix win. If you guys are new around here, please do subscribe to the channel. If you are new around here, also turn on the bell to get notifications when Spec Esports does go live. I do apologise again for lagging out of the session there. We will see you at the next round, which if I am correct, we can have a look here. It will be the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, and we will see you guys next time.